J Shapes and City podcast. Don't mind while I searched up sheep. um, um, Stay right there! Or else you're gonna have more painful of a time. What is wrong with me? Hello, Mr. Boy. Remember me? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Who the frick knows? Maybe I don't. No, I don't think so. Stop! Get away from my house. Get rid of the corners, because who the frick needs corners anyway? Because if you use corners, then you're stupid. Unless if you're using barrier blocks as your corners, then you're smart. You're loyal. Why is barrier block my favorite item? Alright. Oh, I stopped it perfectly. Right now, I'm just taking a guess of how tall it is. I don't know really how tall it is. Oh, one over one in. To drop a hot beat. Maybe hotline. Please hold me closer to you. Maybe stop line. Where is my switch? I know I just had it, and it's been on my bed. Grab my switch, jump out of bed. Then I ran outside.
Attention staff, please listen closely. Please lock your classroom doors immediately. Lock windows. Move students away from windows. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. From a terrifying encounter with a school intruder to a situation that had many students on edge, behind scary incidents of school lockdowns. Enjoy.
Jeez, lockdowns are no joke.
Back in middle school, we were put on a level 3 lockdown. The highest level, gunmen, immediate danger. We scooted our little...
Lockdowns are no joke. Lockdowns are freaking scary. Ben 10, if he was a Redditor. Ben 10, if he was a Redditor. Baby hotline, please hold me.
7th grade athletes to the corner of the class with the lights off. And it's at that moment we realize our teacher forgot her room keys in the teacher's lounge. So here's a bunch of 7th graders soiling their pants in an unlocked classroom with a teacher holding a metal ruler, ready to strike anyone who comes to that door. After 10 minutes...
A metal ruler? Oh, you know that hurts.
Says we can resume class.
Just to be clear to everyone, I'm not being beaten by a ruler. Only in Baldy, though.
And the burly vice principal was not there to break it up, leaving the secretaries to lock down the entire school. A level 3 lockdown over a middle school fight. I've posted before, but it's appropriate here, because someone reported that a kid on school grounds had a gun.
A kid? Let's just hope it was the quiet kid and not any ordinary kid. That's not funny. My jokes are not funny. I will not laugh.
So she promptly yelled / whispered at us that there was nothing to be afraid of. Probably just a drill. Until the doorknob started to jiggle. She was a large woman, so I was quite surprised at how quickly she would. January of 2016. My buddies and I live right next to a nature preserve and used to love to explore it. It was a weekend and we were looking for something to do.
Heavy hotline, please hold me. Hotline.
Hotline, please hold me close to you. Baby flatline, still time to do things too. Baby snack time, chow down to her lunch. She's a hoarder of quarters, no boundary boredom, no boundary important. I can do with your drinking hours never open. I am so somebody who lies and I hate hoping. Wishing that the feels like you cry. I hate coping. Someday I will go back outside and see her okay.
Man, I have never played a Kirby game, but if I get a capture card for my Switch, the first game that I'm showing is Mario Odyssey. We're playing it again. Speaking of the Nintendo Switch, I have no friends. Or do I? Ah, my thumb!
She ran into the supply closet behind her desk, and the door clicked locked to check all the rooms. He looked around in confusion and asked, where is your teacher? I remember it clear as day. I'm sitting in my 9th period class, Mr. P's geography class, with my best friend.
9th period class?
On trade throughout the world when we hear some loud noises. We
That's like close to the end of the day, if I
They
recall.
had
I don't know.
calls the day before. A couple of screams.
I don't know. I don't know
Seniors
periods.
running down our hallway. Mr. P gets up, looks out the door, and shuts it quickly. Turns the lights off, and tells us to get down. As he's sending us to the corner and trying to hide us, the lockdown comes down over our school. It's weird. We heard these loud noises, but they didn't register.
Whoa! Oh my God! That was cool.
And through all this noise, it's silent at the same time.
That was cool.
You can hear the person next to you breathing. You can see your friends crying. Trying to contact your friends and
Bro, that sounds cool.
get text from my best friend at a different school. Jay, are you okay? I was confused by the text. Yeah, we're hearing loud noises. I don't know what's happening. Screaming outside the classroom. I texted back. It took forever to send. I got another text. Stay down. There's an active shooter at your school. My heart dropped. I just remember grabbing my best friend and holding her so tight, telling each other we loved each other, texting my parents and my uncle and anyone who means anything to me. Goodbye. If I don't make it out of the shooting alive, I love you. And then putting my phone down and just sitting in darkness as we listen. Don't shoot. Put the gun down. One went this way. We would quickly learn there were two shooters. About an hour after the shooting started, the cops busted into our rooms, rifles aimed at us, yelling, "Freeze! Put your hands in the air and stand up slowly." And I just remember walking out of the classroom, surrounded by police, crying my eyes out, seeing blood on the floor. Some police were telling us, "You're okay, you're safe, you're doing so well." But I just couldn't hear them. I just couldn't. I was crying, and my friends were crying. The teachers. We made it out of the school, and it was pouring rain. Typical Colorado. It was cold, so us high schoolers gave our sweatshirts
Jeez, I feel.
to shield us from the rain and wind.
If I was ever in a school lockdown, I'd be scared out of my mind. I'd come out of school, end of the day, be like,
Events that happened on that horrible day in May.
I don't want to go to school ever again.
Survivor of the Columbine massacre. It was terrifying. The feeling of sitting in a hot room next to all your friends as you look out the door and watch someone drop dead right outside.
Oh!
Pounding on the door of someone wanting to get in, only to be hit in the side. The loud shots and screams. But the one thing that tops it off is the running. When you bust out the door, adrenaline rushes through your body. You don't know what it's like to hear shots and mere feet behind you as you burst through the doors of the school, hands raised, crying, being held in the arms of your parents as you sit trembling in the car and endure nightmares for years to come. My high school was put on lockdown. I remember sitting in English class and someone came onto the PA system and said something along the lines of, "Attention staff, John Smith has entered the building." Except it wasn't John Smith. I just cannot recall the name. It sounded very suspicious, and it was actually a code for teachers. Our teacher could not find her reference book, but she knew it was serious. So she locked the door, turned off the lights, and put us all in the corner of the room. We kept hearing commotion in the hallways, lots of people going by. After being locked in the room for probably 10 minutes, we realized everyone else was evacuating the school, and we probably shouldn't be locking ourselves in the room. So we also evacuated, and when we got outside, there were police everywhere, and the full-out bomb squad entering the school with sniffer dogs. So clearly locking ourselves in the classroom wasn't the smartest choice.
I remember during school, some kids were heading,
And it was actually
how do I put this so YouTube doesn't demonetize me?
never saw it.
Stuff that, kids shouldn't do. And if you do it, you should seek some help. That's the best way to put it nicely. And, there was like some dogs. Okay, story time. School story time. I was at, ah! Ah! I'm dropping everything. I dropped everything. My Switch. My ball. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Mm. But story time. The story time for today is basically that some students had some not good stuff in their locker, some illegal substance, illegal stuff, illegal sugar, I should just say. I don't know what it was, but let's just say, alright? I'm telling this story from a bystander standpoint. It was like something that students had bad stuff in their locker, and they were sending out dogs, and teachers were closing their doors, and I thought I was going to be dead meat, because when I pictured the dogs and they told us to close our doors, I thought it was going to be like one of those dogs with a chain, like, you know, like the, with a leash with spikes on it, and it was going to bite me to death. That's what I pictured, so I thought it was going to be some dead meat. Luckily, I got back to my math classroom, so yeah. Also, it was the last hour of the day, so. I should probably start animating. Good. If you guys want animations, leave them down in the comments below. Alright? Just let me know, okay?
Everybody. A teacher spotted me alone on the line, trying to contact your friends and family. That's when I get text from my best friend at a different school. Jay, are you okay? I was confused by the text. Yeah, we're hearing loud noises. I don't know what's happening. Screaming outside the classroom. I texted back. It took forever to send. I got another text. Stay down. There's an active shooter at your school. My heart dropped. I just remember grabbing my best friend and holding her so tight, telling each other we loved each other, texting my parents and my uncle and anyone who means anything to me. Goodbye. If I don't make it out of the shooting alive, I love you. And then putting my phone down and just sitting in darkness as we listen. Don't shoot. Put the gun down. One went this way. We would quickly learn there were two shooters. About an hour after the shooting started, the cops busted into our rooms.
Here, I'm gonna help Logan.
Freeze. Put your hands in the air and stand up slowly. And I just remember walking out of the classroom, surrounded by police, crying my eyes out, seeing blood on the floor. Some police were telling us, "You're okay, you're safe, you're doing so well." But I just couldn't hear them. I just couldn't. I was crying, and my friends were crying. Even the teachers. We made it out of the school, and it was pouring rain. Typical Colorado.
British.
It was cold, so us high schoolers gave our
Here, I'm gonna help Logan.
To this day, it haunts me, and it always will. Always. I will never forget the events that happened on that horrible, horrible day in May. This is according to my friend's mother. She is a survivor of the Columbine massacre. It was terrifying. The feeling of sitting in a hot room next to all your friends as you look out the door and watch someone drop dead right outside. The pounding on the door of someone wanting to get in, only to be hit in the side. The loud shots and screams. But the one thing that tops it off is the running. When you bust out the door, adrenaline rushes through your body. You don't know what it's like to hear shots and mere feet behind you as you burst through the doors of the school, hands raised, crying, being held in the arms of your parents as you sit trembling in the car and endure nightmares for years to come. My high school was put on lockdown. I remember sitting in English class and someone came on
Don't tell Logan.
and said something
Alright?
along the
Did
lines
I go
of,
onto his videos and commented?
John Smith
He will
has it.
find out later in the video.
Except it wasn't John Smith. I just cannot recall the name. It sounded very suspicious, and it was actually a code for teachers. Our teacher could not find her reference book, but she knew it was serious, so she locked the door, turned off the lights, and put us all in the corner of the room. We kept hearing
Yeah,
Lots of people going home.
Proper conversation.
After being locked in the room for probably 10 minutes, we realized everyone else was evacuating the school, and we probably shouldn't be locking ourselves in the room. So we also evacuated, and when we got outside, there were police everywhere, and the full-out bomb squad entering the school.
Bro, it looks like there's nothing there.
So clearly locking ourselves in the classroom wasn't the smartest choice. Ended up that someone wrote a bomb threat on a bathroom stall, and it was actually put there 2 weeks prior. But the main janitor was on vacation, and the sub-in one wasn't doing the best job, and never saw it. Main janitor came back and took notice of the threat. On my 8th birthday, we had a lockdown at school.
8th birthday? Bruh, that's too young to experience a school shooting. Who would shoot up in elementary school? Like, what the frick? How rude are you to shoot up some little kids? You must be mentally insane if you wanted to do that. But if you are, bro, that's messed up in the head.
Yes, it was the day before Thanksgiving break, and I was a freshman in high school. All of a sudden, we heard screaming down the hall, and these kids started running to our classroom. It was only seconds later, there was an announcement we were in lockdown. Our teacher soon locked us in and ran toward the disturbance. We were locked in the room for a while. It wasn't until the end of the day we found out that one of the kids in the Spanish class down the hall from our room had brought 2 machetes to school and was trying to slice.
Excuse me, what?
My teacher had been one of many who tackled him down. A few people were injured, but no one was killed. When I was in the 3rd grade, a car crashed through the playground fence during morning recess and hit another kid. After that happened, we were all rushed inside and weren't
Man, I
able to
miss
see
recess.
the rest of the day.
But you were today's years old when you found out this. Recess is a mandatory break for teachers, not students.
We were all waiting for updates the whole day. It was pretty traumatic. I don't remember all the details, but I know she ended up being okay in the end. Once in high school, somebody found a hit list in one of the ladies' restrooms. They did a full sweep of the building with bomb dogs, gathered all the kids on the list, and sent them home. It was mostly the popular crowd from the junior and sophomore classes. No, I wasn't on said list. We sat in second period for well over 2 hours. After the first 20 minutes of serious business lockdown stuff, our teacher got bored. One group of us played cards. The other was chatting away on phones to kids in other classrooms. To all the people asking, this was in central Pennsylvania, the suburbs outside of Harrisburg. If you've had any terrifying experiences with school lockdowns, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and until next time. On July 31st of 2017, Facebook had to shut down a project involving 2 AI bots after doing something unexpected. Both bots were creating their own language. Then, in the same year, Elon Musk warned everyone about the dangers of artificial intelligence and compared it to summoning a demon. Stories like these have caused concern about old gaming consoles fascinate me, and although
Same, old gaming consoles fascinate me too. Honestly, if I ever get a capture card, they probably won't be able to put up with it, but you know what I mean. If I ever get a good camera to record at my TV screen, you know we about to be playing Super Mario Bros. 1 on the NES.
definitely seemed out of place for a console that was meant to entertain, and it surely scared a lot of young gamers. That said, here are 5 gaming console sounds that spooked us as kids. Sega CD warning. Now this first sound doesn't come from a console, but rather a game disc with a warning. And the sound that plays in this message is just as creepy as the following sounds on this list, which is why I felt this needed to be here. This message would play after inserting a Sega CD disc into a CD player instead of the Sega CD console. In other words, if you were to place a Sega CD disc into a regular CD player, you would get this message. Here, listen. USAA is
That's perfect timing. I got an ad as soon as said you would listen to this if you put a Sega CD into a CD player.
Warning, this disc is for use with a Sega CD system only. This disc contains CD-ROM data and is not for audio use. Please press stop on your disc player now. This disc contains CD-ROM data that may damage your audio system. Please stop playing this disc immediately.
Music to my ears.
Tried this. Leaving a Sega CD disc in the CD player would damage the speakers due to the loud, high-pitched guitar riffs that play. From ghostly sounds coming out of nowhere to a creepy room hidden inside a house, here are 6 creepy things found while playing Fortnite.
That's from Save the World.
Humming Ghost. Fortnite Save the World is filled with lots of lore and Easter eggs in comparison.
Save the World has the most intense lore, while Fortnite has Loop goes burr. Fortnite Save the World has better lore than regular Fortnite. Changed my mind.
Just comes off as being creepy. For example, we'll take this gameplay and it showcases one of the subtle things that can be found while scavenging for wood in forested areas.
Bro, why am I getting terrified by a cartoon game?
There's no doubt that hearing this as you play by yourself is pretty creepy. This adds to the already somewhat creepy ambience of the game with its abandoned locations and zombies that spawn out of nowhere. Now, some people have said that this may be an homage to Fortnite's original concept, which was supposed to be a horror game but later took a different direction and became something more cartoonish and lighthearted. Whether or not this was a tribute to the game's original concept...
Excuse you, Fortnite was supposed to be a horror game?
Slenderman. By now, almost
No, Slenderman's not in Fortnite.
Slenderman's popularity is demonstrated by the countless references made to this creepypasta in both films and video games such as Fortnite. If you drop in Wailing Woods,
Yeah, Fortnite didn't have Slenderman.
You'll find a poster inside. If you look at this poster for a couple of seconds, it may turn into something you might recognize.
Not true. There's just some editing tricks.
However, that's only part of this Easter egg. If you wait until the storm comes and head towards the forest, you might come across Slenderman himself.
I mean, Battle Royale can have some pretty creepy stuff.
Instances of people getting this Easter egg, so you might not get it the first time you try.
No, it doesn't.
Now, some people think that this Easter egg isn't true. However, no one has come out to prove that it's fake. So, if you're feeling a bit skeptical about this, perhaps you should try this yourself.
Well, we can't know.
Take caution. No one has been able to document what happens upon meeting Slenderman. My guess is that your player dies. Who knows what happens, and who knows if it's true. Hopefully Epic Games can come out to confirm this creepy Easter egg.
They won't. I mean, I could ask them on Twitter,
When you pay with Credit Karma money,
but they probably won't
it's
respond.
Karma, which makes your purchase free.
Not for free with Instant Karma.
A mysterious meeting. If you head over north out of Wailing Woods and northeast of Tomato Town,
Okay,
you'll stumble
now
upon
that's
something
creepy.
pretty weird. Actually, I wonder if there's like stuff up here. Holy, that's weird as hell.
That's creepy. What the fudge?
What the hell is that about?
What the?
As with most Easter eggs found in Fortnite, coming across this is kind of creepy and leaves you questioning the meaning behind it. What's with the circle of chairs? And why is there a bear and a scarecrow? Unfortunately, these questions haven't been answered by Epic Games, yet some have theorized the meaning behind these bears. Apparently, destroying them all can unlock the Zapatron, which was a gun in Battle Royale that had to be removed because it was just way too powerful. And it's believed that it's still in the game, just hidden. Of course, this is just a theory.
A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Now, this could also be a reference to Save the World, in which has a quest where you have to destroy a certain amount of teddy bears. The developer has been found, according to Fortnite's lead designer Eric Williamson. Hopefully we'll get some explanation soon to some of these creepy Easter eggs. Hidden basement. As you scavenge for resources and save the world, you might find an innocent-looking house. Upon entering this place, you might think that it's just like every other house in this neighborhood. However, as you make your way down to the basement, you'll start to realize that there's something odd about this place. Once you're in the basement and you've destroyed the fridge blocking the entrance to a hidden room, you'll find what appears to be a torture chamber, or what seems like a mortician's lab. But the basement isn't the only thing that's creepy about this house. It's also what's outside of it. If you go upstairs and head towards the yard, you'll find some freshly made unlocked graves. Of course, this coupled with the torture chamber downstairs leads to the conclusion that this house belonged to some deranged serial killer. But what makes this even more unsettling is the lack of a backstory. You're only left with your imagination to fill in the blanks of what happened to these people before being buried. And if you're like most people, your imagination might cause you to think about some pretty dark things. Disappearing teddy bear. If you drop in a gas station and climb up the stairs of a mechanic shop, you'll find a room that's completely empty. But you'll find that there's more to the room if you tear down one of its walls.
And as I was smashing through all the walls, there is a car, and when I looked inside the car, there is a stuffed teddy bear, and after I look at it for a few seconds, it disappears, and this is really creepy. Now this is something I've seen in a few other video games. Call of Duty is renowned for its multiplayer maps having these secret hidden teddy bears, but I've never seen this happen in Fortnite before, where there's been a teddy bear and it's just disappeared out of nowhere, and underneath that car.
The fact that this bear disappears is kind of creepy. Now, this might be a glitch that occurred only to this person, yet there's videos of people capturing the same thing. So, if this is something that commonly happens, then this must have been added to the game.
Sheesh! Look at that roof.
The other bears in this game
Sheesh!
as a reference to Save the World, since shooting them emits a purple gas. Yet this one doesn't seem to have any purpose. Now, this could be the
Sheesh!
fact that Fortnite is haunted. There have been theories floating around the internet that Fortnite is haunted by those that were wiped out by the storm. And this Easter egg seems like a nod to those theories. However, the meaning behind it is still a mystery. Ghost. After landing in Pleasant Park, Cantrell's 1993 captured this chilling clip.
Um. Um.
According to a subreddit user, there have been rumors floating around that the word pleasant is used as a cover-up for the terrible crimes that occurred inside. Those that died in this place were buried in haunted hills every so often, the spirits of the deceased would travel back to Pleasant Park to continue living there as they did when they were alive. If this is true, then Pleasant Park isn't the only place that's haunted. Others have captured weird things as they explored certain
I'm afraid to play Fortnite now. Drew got served. Alright, there's gonna be like a floor about here. Like this
hopefully more
one.
people will find anomalies in the game to support this theory. For now, we'll just have
Oh
to see.
shoot.
Thanks for watching. If you found anything weird while playing Fortnite, let me know in the comments below.
Yeah, I found your mom in
I'm Zarbug, and I'll see you in the
I
next
found your mom in Fortnite. Frick you. We like Fortnite. We like Fortnite.
Fish me something good right now. Go. Imagine if a game like this was $30. Oh. SpongeBob has recently come under fire, not for the series, but for a brand new game that just came out on Nintendo Switch without any build-up to the reveal. Krusty Cook-Off centers around making food ready for customers and getting all their orders right. It's innocent enough, I guess, but the real problem is the circumstances surrounding the game. If you feel like you've seen it somewhere before, then yeah, you probably have. Krusty Cook-Off came out on mobile app stores in 2020. It's a cheap little phone game that you can pick up and play for a few minutes while you're waiting around, or just feeling bored at home. But while this has been available to everyone at no cost, what happens when it comes to the Switch? A $30 price tag. Nintendo and the publisher behind the app are trying to make you pay $30 for a free mobile game. Let that sink in. Now, sure.
A free mobile game.
Although some were memorable for their visually appealing graphics and replay value, some stood out for other reasons, such as being surprisingly creepy. It's just odd how a seemingly innocent game can change its tone to something dark and unsettling simply through its soundtrack. That being said, here are 6 songs that are too creepy to be in a kid-friendly game. Enjoy. Disc 11 and 13. Minecraft is by far one of the most popular games out there, and there are many reasons as to why this is so. Most people like it for the fact that it gives players a creative outlet, as the game lets you build pretty much anything you can think of. But aside from giving players a medium on which they can express their creativity, the game allows players to relax and unwind by playing ambient tracks throughout the game. For a game that's tailored for kids, it makes sense that the game would have some songs. Although some of these songs can be calming, there are 2 tracks, or discs as they're referred to in the game, that are nowhere near calming or relaxing. In fact, they have the complete opposite effect. They induce fear and a sense of uneasiness. The first track you're about to hear
I don't know if you guys heard what I did, but I did the Mario. Baby hotline, please hold me.
The following is Disc 13. Might just be the creepiest of the two.
Wait, don't I already have Red Bull? Yep, I do. I just need a sign. Please hold me. Oh my gosh, no.
Now, if that isn't creeping you out, then perhaps the following will. If you were to run Disc 11 through a spectrogram, a creepy visual would appear. This is what happens when running it through a spectrogram.
Hmm.
Now, aside from being creepy, it is pretty cool. The image appears to be of you, which is one of many antagonists found in the game. Because of this, it makes me wonder if there might be any other hidden images inside other discs. Perhaps you can try running some on your own and seeing if there's anything on them. You can do so with Audacity by opening up the songs there and selecting Spectrogram from the drop-down menu, which is on the left-hand side of the track. I'll provide a link down below for the software if you want to try this out. Nonetheless, these are some pretty spooky tracks. From June through September, electric use is usually at its highest weekdays from 2 to 7 p.m. because when our power plants work harder, the cost of energy increases. River Twigs Bed. If you're an avid player of Nintendo games, or more specifically Super Mario,
Baby hotline, please hold me.
specifically Super Mario, then surely you've come across a few titles that were somewhat creepy. They were creepy in the sense that some levels made you feel slightly uneasy. Take the Haunted Castle, for example, which is pretty much in almost every Super Mario game out there. Something about these stages just makes you feel uneasy, as the sound that plays in the background is both ominous and frantic. But such levels pale in comparison to a game that I think, in my opinion, is too child-friendly for a soundtrack that plays in a stage in which no one would expect for such a soundtrack to play. Unlike most games in this franchise, the following soundtrack doesn't play in a castle, but rather inside a river. And of all places, the following track plays.
That's where that song's from.
Both the distortion and discordant qualities of this track is so unnerving that it almost makes you want to turn the volume down. If this isn't creepy enough,
Hello?
apparently playing the track
Join
backwards
my
is
Xbox
pretty
Live
messy.
party, please.
Alright.
We're gonna get back.
Have a listen and see if you can figure out what it's saying.
Bro, how the frick do you build a heart? There you go. That's sort of a heart. A terrible heart, but a heart nonetheless.
I can't decipher what it's saying, but maybe you can. Let me know what you hear down below. following soundtrack. Like most games from Nintendo, specifically those within the Mario franchise, Wario Land seems to be aimed at both kids and adults, but mostly for kids, as the story and art design of the game appears to be tailored for this demographic. With a design conveying that it's meant for a young crowd, one would think that the game would be as colorful and family-friendly as it appears to be. However, little would one know that amid the fun-filled coin-collecting button-mashing frenzy, and its colorful, albeit menacing-looking characters, there would be a level unlike most other stages. It's different in that this stage just seems a little off.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. Can you send me an invite to the world, please?
Yes. Online.
I'm joining, sir.
Also, I'm finishing up my house.
Level as a kid in the middle of the night and one
You know.
I will.
as everyone
Wait, are we
slept
still
in their
gonna
own
build that
rooms
giant
must have been
tower?
really creepy.
Yeah.
Turning down the
That
volume
big
would definitely
tower?
As soon as I finish my house.
without sound. Still,
Alright. And also,
as
as
the
soon as I
silence
finish
along
my
with the
house as
darkness
well.
of the room
Alright.
creates a very spooky
Unable to
atmosphere.
connect the world. Can you
Regardless
send
of
me
the
another?
setting, the soundtrack
Can you send
alone
me another?
I might have to restart my game, and if I do, then